And now, your weather authority.
Not too bad last couple of days, but I have a feeling it's not gonna last.
Yeah, she's learned that one pretty quickly, and she's right. We are going to see a few changes in the forecast pretty quickly into at least the day tomorrow. But firstly, let's start things off with a look at your daily almanac and notice how things are pretty similar to this particular day on average on the calendar, which we've talked about over the past few days. But that's really not the main focus of the forecast tonight. Look aside from the stability that we're seeing right now, and you'll see things will change pretty quickly. But as of now, here in the Mississippi Gulf Coast, we're actually seeing things remain pretty calm for our satellite and radar imagery. And as we add in that satellite right over the top of the Mississippi Doppler, what you'll see is cloud cover drifted through the area decently quickly throughout the day. But as of now, we're actually pretty clear here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. But to the northwest, that's where the area of turbulence continues to be as we proceed into the evening. I'm going to show you some temperatures here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast that are still decently comfortable, as you can see right here in the low to mid 60s along the coastal areas, and then a little bit further north as you go north, you can see they're low to mid 60s. Looks like more of the story. Regardless, the point here is still pretty comfortable and calm this evening. Wind speeds coming out of the south and southeast, and notice that directional pattern doesn't look like much at the moment because we're only seeing winds coming at about a calm to 5 miles per hour, maybe a little bit more in places, as you can see, like Biloxi sitting at 8 miles per hour. But the reason I bring that up, the directional pattern being from the southeast, it's bringing a lot of that warm, humid, and moist air, what we call advecting it, right over the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and it's going to stack up ahead of our next frontal system, which you'll see here on your future track. It's going to come out of the northwest, and it's going to drop down and then pull eastward, as a lot of these frontal systems do. You can see here just as early as Thursday, tomorrow at 9 a.m., you'd see a lot of that cloud cover building up thanks to that southeasterly flow and a lot of that moisture building up here over the Mississippi Gulf Coast. But as it does so, we start seeing some pop-up showers through the morning to early afternoon hours here just to the north of our viewing area, maybe around the Hattiesburg area or central Mississippi. Really not going to see much initiate here over southern Mississippi through Thursday, but we do have a slight chance there for that rainfall. But this particular frontal system will drop down and move through the area, and as I mentioned, the southeasterly flow continues to bring that moisture up and over our area, which is more conducive to not only rainfall development, but with the addition of that frontal system actually provide some lift. And with the combination of the moisture, the lift, and the frontal system as a whole, that's when we get that thunderstorm development. So it's going to drop down and move through, and this red and blue pattern here indicating it could stall out. If that happens, it'll retain a lot of that moisture over our area, which is another reason you're going to see some of that moisture continue into the weekend as well. But to sum it all up for you in the 7-day forecast, you see those temperatures really aren't that bad, but like I mentioned, there's a double-edged sword here with a lot of this moisture coming ahead of that frontal system, and that being we get the comfortable temperatures, but we also get the chance for rainfall and thunderstorms thanks to all of that warm, humid, and moist air. So,
Thanks, Trey. Really appreciate it. What about you?
There's so much that we could talk about. There's so much. But there was a game at the Biloxi Trucker Stadium that went into extra innings, really a thriller. We'll have that and so much more coming up after this quick.